Every so often, American politics delivers a moment so unusual, so sharply divisive, that it instantly dominates national conversation. The latest controversy involving Donald J. Trump and Joe Biden is precisely that kind of moment, a moment where questions of legality, presidential authority, and political strategy collide. Trump's recent announcement that he is canceling a large portion of Biden's executive orders, based on claims that many were signed through an Autopen device, has generated shockwaves across the United States. Supporters call it a bold correction. Critics call it a dangerous overreach. Legal experts call it a complicated puzzle. Today we break down this entire story, what Trump said, what Biden's administration actually did, what the Autopen is, what the law says, how experts reacted, and what this means for America's political future. This is your full, clear, and comprehensive review of one of the most debated presidential moves in recent memory. Trump made a sweeping public declaration stating that many executive orders issued during Biden's presidency were signed using an Autopen, a mechanical device that recreates a signature. According to Trump, these orders should be treated as invalid or improperly executed. He further stated that his administration would terminate all such orders and consider them without any legal force. However, the public statement was delivered in broad terms. Trump did not publish a full official list of which orders were allegedly Autopen signed, nor did he provide documentation confirming how these conclusions were reached. Instead, his claim rests largely on the assertion that a significant portion of Biden's executive paperwork did not bear Biden's direct pen-written signature. The political messaging here is clear. Trump is challenging not only the policies, but the procedural legitimacy of Biden's presidency. To understand this controversy, we must understand the Autopen itself. The Autopen is a decades-old automated writing device used across U.S. government offices. It reproduces a person's signature with mechanical precision. Historically, presidents have used it for letters, routine documents, and travel situations. Cabinet officials, military leadership, and federal offices have used it for efficiency. Its use is considered administrative, practical, and fully authorized under many circumstances. Importantly, federal legal opinions, including those from the Department of Justice, have stated that Autopen signatures can be valid, as long as the president approves the action being signed. This is the core issue. The mere use of an Autopen does not automatically invalidate a document. But Trump's argument goes further, suggesting that Autopen use for major executive orders undermines authenticity and therefore, legal validity. This idea is politically powerful, but legally unresolved. American law does not explicitly forbid the use of Autopen for executive orders. Past administrations have used it sparingly and only with formal authorization. The key legal principle is that a signature is valid if it represents the president's intent. The method of signature, pen or Autopen, does not change this intent. This principle is well established for routine documents. But Trump's argument challenges whether this principle should apply to major executive orders. Legal experts are not unified. Arguments supporting Trump's skepticism. Executive orders carry major policy weight and should ideally have direct, personal signatures. Autopen use for high-impact decisions may create ambiguity about direct presidential oversight. Courts might consider whether the president personally reviewed and approved each order. Arguments criticizing Trump's approach. No law differentiates Autopen use by document importance. Precedent supports Autopen use for presidential actions when approved. Trump himself permitted Autopen signing during his own presidency. The mass cancellation appears more political than procedural. Most legal scholars agree on one point. Courts may eventually have to address this, because no president has ever attempted such a broad reversal on procedural grounds before. While Trump did not release a detailed list, media analysis suggests that the orders he referred to may include actions relating to climate policy and environmental regulation, immigration procedures and protections, student loan relief initiatives, pandemic-related health directives, federal hiring and diversity policies, international agreements and foreign policy adjustments, economic and labor regulations. Each of these areas includes multiple executive orders issued during Biden's term. If Trump's cancellation stands, major federal programs could experience delays, disruption, or total reversal. This would create confusion not only within federal agencies but also among states, businesses, and citizens whose lives and decisions depend on consistent federal policy. Politically, This strategy serves multiple purposes. 1. It dramatically undoes Biden's legacy. Instead of canceling orders one by one, Trump frames the entire body of them as flawed. 2. It creates a narrative of improper governance. By highlighting Autopen use, Trump suggests Biden's administration lacked hands-on leadership. 3. It energizes Trump's support base. The message appeals strongly to voters who believe Biden's presidency was ineffective or careless. 4. It establishes a basis for future challenges. If Trump can frame procedural flaws as a justification for reversal, it helps him defend aggressive policy rollbacks. 5. It shifts the public debate. Instead of discussing the content of the orders, the discussion shifts to their legitimacy. This is a communication tactic. Change the battlefield from policy disagreements to procedural integrity. The reaction has been sharp, divided, and intense. Supporters of Trump argue Biden relied too heavily on administrative shortcuts. Major executive decisions should be personally signed. Trump is restoring constitutional discipline. Autopen use reflects a lack of engagement by Biden. The claim is exaggerated and legally weak. Autopen use is standard practice with proper authorization. Broad cancellation on this basis threatens federal stability. This move politicizes administrative procedures. Some agree the Autopen debate deserves scrutiny. Others warn that Trump's approach could destabilize the entire system of executive governance. This controversy is not merely symbolic. It carries substantial practical consequences. 1. Federal agencies may face uncertainty. If an order is declared invalid, agencies cannot enforce or continue related programs. 2. States may enter legal conflict. Many states rely on federal directives for policy alignment. Rapid reversal disrupts state planning. 3. Businesses and institutions may be affected. Environmental rules, workplace policies, and loan directives shape decisions across industries. 4. Courts may get involved. Any group affected by the cancellations could file lawsuits, turning this into a major judicial issue. 5. International partners may question U.S. stability. Frequent policy reversals reduce confidence in the long-term reliability of U.S. commitments. 6. Future presidents may copy the tactic. If this becomes precedent, any president could invalidate previous actions by citing procedural flaws. This would create an unstable executive system where continuity breaks down after every election cycle. This moment highlights two competing visions of presidential power. Vision A, strong executive authority. This view sees the president as having wide power to reverse previous decisions quickly and decisively. Vision B, procedural stability. This view emphasizes continuity, norms, and respect for established practice, including Autopen use. The Autopen controversy sits directly between these visions. Historically, presidents have reversed some predecessors' orders, but no one has questioned the legitimacy of the signatures themselves. Trump's move is unique, and because of that, it may become a historical turning point. Although predictions remain uncertain, several paths seem likely. 1. Legal challenges. Advocacy groups, states, or affected parties may sue to block Trump's sweeping cancellations. 2. Congressional hearings. Lawmakers may demand clarity on the scope of Autopen use during Biden's presidency. 3. Administrative review. Federal agencies may seek guidance on which programs remain active and which must pause. 4. Public debate intensifies. Media coverage will continue shaping perceptions of legality and legitimacy. 5. More revelations possible. Both sides may release documents, statements, or data to strengthen their narratives. This controversy is unlikely to end quickly. Although predictions remain uncertain, several paths seem likely. 1. Legal challenges. Advocacy groups, states, or affected parties may sue to block Trump's sweeping cancellations. 2. Congressional hearings. Lawmakers may demand clarity on the scope of Autopen use during Biden's presidency. 3. Administrative review. Federal agencies may seek guidance on which programs remain active and which must pause. 4. Public debate intensifies. Media coverage will continue shaping perceptions of legality and legitimacy. 5. More revelations possible. Both sides may release documents, statements, or data to strengthen their narratives. This controversy is unlikely to end quickly. The conflict over Biden's alleged Autopen signed executive orders is more than a technical debate. It is a struggle over political power, legal interpretation, and the meaning of presidential authority. Trump's announcement challenges not only the content of Biden's policies, but also the way presidential leadership itself is understood. Whether this move is remembered as a bold correction or a destabilizing overreach will depend on what comes next, in courts, in agencies, and in the public arena.